So here we go, everybody. Welcome to another video, and today I'm joined by good old Mark Heath as we predict Town's final games of 2022 in December. Heathy, thanks for joining me. We have a big month ahead, some big games to really see where Town are at in League One. How are you, first of all?
I'm good, thanks, Ross. Thanks for asking. Good old Ross. Good to be with you, and all that jazz. Yeah, December, build up to Christmas. Not long to go now, is it? Unbelievably, and nice to be getting back to some league games, isn't it? After the cup run in November, and always, obviously, every year December is crucial. The Christmas run is always crucial, isn't it? Moving season, as they call it in golf, where you have to be up and around, in and around it, as they say in football, and getting some good results over that Christmas period when there's so many games coming thick and fast. Some really interesting games actually over this next month or so, isn't it? In terms of who Town are playing, there's some good narratives and rivalries in there as well. So yeah, looking forward to it, which is not something we've been able to say that often.
Yes, very much so. 15 points up for grabs. I'll bring the fixtures coming up. So we've got Fleetwood at home, Peterborough at home, Wickham away, Oxford United at home on Boxing Day, and to end 2022, a trip to Fratton Park against Portsmouth. Danny Cowley versus Kieran McKenna, part 3. But before we get into that, of course, we've got to start with Fleetwood then, Heathy. 7:45 kickoff on a Friday because mood for the World Cup clash. They're currently 17th in League One. Scott Brown is their head coach. Your thoughts on this one and your prediction, my friend?
Well, first of all, I can see why they've moved it, obviously, but clearly this is a far more interesting game than any of the World Cup nonsense that's going on out in Qatar at the moment. I'm not even thinking about that. So yeah, Fleetwood at home, a side kind of toiling in the bottom half of the table, combative, aggressive boss in Scott Brown. I'd imagine they're going to be a team shaped in his image. They're going to make things difficult for Town. And like Stewie said on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, these sort of games against teams like Fleetwood are in the bottom half and aren't going to come to Portman Road with a lot of ambition. They're going to look to spoil and maybe nick a goal on the break. These are going to be some of the hardest games all season for Town, really. So I'm slightly trepidatious about this one, Ross. I'm a little bit worried about it. I always feel like this playing Fleetwood for some reason. I don't know why. Sort of unfashionable team, usually a physical sort of battle. Scott Brown doing all right there. You've got Toto and Ciala obviously as well, that little narrative as well. So I am slightly worried about this one, Ross. It's a sort of game that in seasons past I would have been predicting a defeat. I may be slightly more optimistic about this one. How about you? How are you feeling?
I'm somewhat the same, but I've gone for just a professional job. I think we'll get the job done. But yeah, Toto and Ciala returning to Port Road. I think that'll be the first time since he's returned because I think he didn't play in the other game against Fleetwood when we played him last year when he left in January. So, or he may have done, but I can't remember. Doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. It's a new season. But he'll be returning to Portland Road. Of course, they got Joe Garner as well and Josh Earl. So a lot of former players. One fun fact, Heathy, that people may not know, they've got 10 draws this season in 19 league games. So their draws, they love getting a draw. So yeah.
That is a fun fact, Ross. Yeah. So they're draw specialists, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Shall I hit you with my prediction?
Go ahead.
I don't think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to say 2-0 Town, but I think it's going to be one of those games where essentially Town have to work really hard to break them down and then maybe get a breakthrough in about the 65th minute or something and then go on to win the game 2-0. Fleetwood don't score a lot and they don't concede a lot. So yeah, it might be quite an ugly game, this one. But I'm going to say 2-0. And I will apologise, by the way. My dog is snoring in the background. I don't know why, because clearly this is red hot, exciting chat. Yeah. But that's what he's making of it so far. So maybe we can wake him up with your prediction. What are you saying?
I think probably Benson is, bored because I'm gone 2-0 as well.
Once
again, we haven't spoke before this about our predictions. No. We said this is going to be a freestyle, and I've gone 2-0. I just said professional job, clean sheet, Connor Chapman to keep scoring, and I'd like to see Leif Davis on the score sheet.
Oh, so that would be nice.
Goal from him, that would be nice. So fingers crossed on that. But yeah, 3 points to start off December. Not a bad start. Game 2. Peterborough at home. 12:30 kickoff. Once again, moved for World Cup clash. Currently 4th in League One. Heathy, your thoughts on this one?
Peterborough. It brings back bad memories, doesn't it? You go all the way back to that 7-1 years ago. The time they tonked Town at Portman Road. What was that? 4-1. Last time out. I think I'm right in saying that Town haven't actually beaten Peterborough in the league since 2012. which is remarkable, isn't it? They've been up and down this season, Peterborough. To be fair, they've obviously got Jonson Clark-Harris, who's a League One's top scorer, very, very dangerous striker. They're scoring a lot of goals, but as I say, they've been up and down. I think they've lost the last 2 in the league. They've just been dumped out of the FA Cup as well. So a good opportunity, I think, for Town to kind of lay out another marker and make another statement by beating aside one of the promotion rivals in a big game at Portman Road. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we need to make a statement. And yeah, those Portman Road games against him in past have not been great. Yeah, the 4-1
Mm.
a very dark day under Paul Lambert and just in League One in general. And I think that was the moment where we're like, yeah, we're not going to get out of this league that season. But yeah, they've been very up and down, as you said. They lost the last 2 games, but they do have Jonson Clark-Harris, who does frighten me, a striker.
Yeah.
Jack Marriott also there, former Town player. He's only scored 4 league goals, but he's still a good player for this level. But there's something about this game. I think there's going to be goals, but then sometimes when you talk about that, it's a goalless draw. But I'm going for a goal fest in this. I'm shouting my prediction straight away.
Yeah.
3-2 Town.
Oh, I thought we were going to say the same thing. I think the same, mate. I think it's going to be one of these free-flowing, lots of goals.
Yeah.
Like I say, Peterborough score a lot. They do concede as well. They'll come to Portman Road, you'd imagine, with a bit of ambition, wanting to play a bit, which plays into Town's hands, doesn't it? So I've gone 4-2, mate. 4-2 Town win.
4-2.
So you're saying 3-2. I'm saying 4-2. 0-0 incoming.
Yeah, pretty much. I've gone for. I'm doing my goal scorers as well.
You're doing
That's how
goal? I
much
didn't realise.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine. It's fine. Ladapo, Sam Morsey, and a bullet header from Cameron Burgess with his mask. If he's still, I'm sure he's going to be wearing that for a while. The mask. I don't know how long they've been told he needs to wear it. I think after it needs to be probably a couple months because that was a serious injury. But yeah,
I'll just carry on wearing it, mate. I think maybe it could be his little trademark. He could add different colours. If you're predicting goal scorers, I'll say 4-2, all 4 for Janoy Donatian.
He needs to score at some point.
I wonder
it's 4 goals. Then yeah,
what odds would you get on that? About 1 billion to 1.
Yeah. Watch his space, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see going into that Peterborough game. Can Janoy score at some point?
He's got
in
to
this
soon,
month?
hasn't he? He's got to.
He's got to. He's had a whiff. Now he needs to score. Game 3 is an away trip to Wickham, Adams Park. 3 p.m. kickoff. The final Saturday game of 2022, by the way. And we've also got a 3 p.m. kickoff. Happy days. Gareth Ainsworth, their manager, currently 12th. Very up and down this season. A very different squad. They haven't got Akinfenwa anymore. They haven't got some of their old faces. They've still, of course, got Sam Vokes, Josh Scowen, Gareth McClory, stuff like that. But very different side. Your thoughts on this one?
Wickham away. 2 of the ugliest words in the English football language. Town have never lost to Wickham. You'll be interested to know. There's a fun fact, Ross. But they always tend to be the same sort of games, don't they? Kind of highly competitive, physical sort of games. That big win for Town last time out aside at Wickham. So, yeah, it's another one that I am probably more worried about than Fleetwood, I would say, in terms of worrying rankings. With it being away, the sort of side that Wickham are, coming into a bit of form under Ainsworth. I don't know. If this was any other season, I would probably say that Town were going to lose this game. As it stands, I'm going to say they're going to draw it, purely because I'm overruling my heart with my head and looking at the stats, which suggests that Town are more resilient and they can get something out of games like this now. So I'm going to go straight into my prediction, Ross. I'm going to say 1-1 with Wickham Wanderers. Is that what you've got?
I've gone for a 1-1 draw as well.
There you go.
Yeah. I think we're going to go behind in this game, though. I think Wickham will take the lead. I know in the first half, and then Freddie Ladapo to score the equaliser, and we'll be hitting the door multiple times in the final minutes, but just couldn't find that winning goal. But yeah, I've gone for a draw as well. Wickham are a very different side, but I just still feel going to Adams Park. I don't know if we'll be able to just go over that line to win the game, but I'll take a point.
But my dog is disgusted with this video. I'm sorry. He's now ramping up the snoring. I think it's quite good so far, Ross, but he's not interested at all.
He's just annoyed with our prediction so far. It's just joining up pretty much. We've gone for a win, and the same draw, 1-1. But
so we've both got 7 points so far out of these 3 games. Interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about then Boxing Day. Love a Boxing Day game. We didn't have one last year because of course, COVID and everything like that. But this time around, we do have one. Oxford United at home, final home game of 2022. Oxford they had a really poor start to the
Mm.
season. They're currently 13th
Yeah.
in League One, but have since gone 6 games unbeaten as of this recording, of course. And we got Rotherham in the FA Cup. They get Arsenal at home in the FA Cup third round, which was nice for them. But yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, well, like you say, up and down again, haven't they? Bad start. They're starting to pick up now. Oxford, not lost since October the 22nd. So they're in a good run of form. Who knows what sort of form they'll be in when they come to Suffolk on Boxing Day, of course. Cameron Brannigan, very dangerous player they've got there. I think he's got 9 goals already this season. He's creating chances. Billy Bowden as well been scoring. I think he's got 5 in his last four games. So again, it should be an interesting one, shouldn't it? That again, you'd hope they would come to Portman Road, a side like Oxford, and try and play a bit, and not just try and spoil and be Christmas Scrooges, to give it a festive term. So it's another one of these games. In seasons past, I would have been slightly less confident about, but in this particular case, I think Town are going to give their fans a belated Christmas present. Excuse me, Ross. Unless maybe you've got birthday on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, a belated Christmas present. I'm saying they're going to win, Ross. I'm going to say they're going to win 2-1.
I've gone different, thankfully, because that would be people would be questioning what's going on. But it's not going to be a classic. When we played Oxford before, there's been a lot of goalless draws. Of course, the game at the Kassam last season was amazing, of course, until the end, because we were 1-0 up and then they scored late on. But I'm going for a 1-0 win. As I said, not a classic, but 3 points in the bag, a nice clean sheet. Wes Burns to be Father Christmas, to turn up late and go hello. So late winner by Wes Burns. Jesus and all that. Christmas connection. So yeah, nice 3 points against Oxford, and we'll finally win on Boxing Day, because I don't think we've won on Boxing Day for a while. Actually, I think it's been a long time, and they're always just dreadful games. I think the last time we played on Boxing Day was the goalless draw against Gillingham. I think that was that. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, another 3 points in the bag. Heathy, then to end these predictions is a big game. Portsmouth at Fratton Park. As I said, Danny Cowley versus Kieran McKenna, part 3. So far, it's 1-1 on the score sheet. Final game of 2022. Can Town end the year with a win?
I'll come to that in a minute, but I would first say, what a way to end the year with a game against Portsmouth. These kind of games almost feel like derby games now, don't they? Because there's that much kind of bad blood and emotion and narrative around them going into this one. Clearly, obviously, Town last time they're at Fratton Park, they absolutely thumped Pompey. So they're going to want to get that one back. Town won earlier in the season. It was a great game at Portman Road. Town emerged 3-2 winners. And since then, Pompey have knocked Town out of the Pizza Trophy. Not that that's that big of a deal, but it is a win against Town in Suffolk. So much narrative going into this one. It's dripping with narrative, isn't it, Ross? And you'd imagine it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere under the lights, Fratton Park, cold December night. I'm really looking forward to this. This for me is the pick of the December games. Always there's that kind of extra edge now, isn't there, about Town playing Portsmouth. So yeah, I'm expecting again, Ross. I think this is going to be a good game. Colby Bishop and Dane Scarlett worry me, obviously, because Bishop's got about 13 goals, I think, already this season. Scarlett's really dangerous as well. Probably one of the best 2 kind of striking options in the league together, duos. So yeah, again, Portsmouth in a decent run of form. I don't think they've lost since the middle of October, or they have drawn a lot of games. So frustrating form as well, you might say, if you're a Portsmouth fan. What do you reckon? Do you want me to give you my prediction?
Yeah, and then hopefully we're not drawing up the dots again here, but we'll see.
I think, Ross, there's going to be goals in this game. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Town are going to lose. I'm saying 3-2, a reverse of what happened at Portman Road, 3-2 Portsmouth, and Town losing to end their 2022. What do you reckon?
Ooh. The boys are going to do it. They're going to win, because why not? 3 points end the year, 2-1 win. Of course, as of this recording, Portsmouth are unbeaten at Fratton Park in League One this season. So Town will end that at the end of the year. Gassam Mahadmi will score. Why not? and
Yes.
Connor Chaplin to score the winner against his former club. So yeah, big way to end the year. So how many points is that then up for grabs so far for us? And I think I've gone extra positive with the final game of the season win.
So there's 15 points in December, Ross. I think I've
Yeah.
given Town 10, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. And you've given them, well, have you given 4 wins and a
Yes, and a
draw? So you've given
draw.
them 13 out of 15. Now
Oof,
that would be
that would be
tremendous, wouldn't it?
nice.
To finish the year on and go into the January transfer window, 13 out of 15 points. I've got to be honest, if it turns out even 10 out of 15, that's
Yeah.
a very decent return from 5 games, especially games against sides. Certainly Peterborough, Wickham, Oxford, Portsmouth. You'd also hope to be up and around the kind of playoff places coming into the season, top 6, wouldn't you? So, yeah, either way, I think things are looking good, don't you?
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how Plymouth get on. That currently is us versus them, and also Sheffield Wednesday getting involved. But if those predictions are right, then we should be
Mm.
going into January looking very pretty, maybe top of the table. As I said, I'm going my heart this year. Last year I was very negative, and I said the season. What about this time actually? I think 2 weeks after, into December, I was going, yeah, season's dead. That's it. Get rid of the lot. But right now, I'm in a good place. I know we're out the Pete's Trophy. We're in the third round of the FA Cup. I am just buzzing at the moment, and I just hope December won't be bad. Just
No,
please be good. And let's go into Christmas Day thinking, oh, we're top of the league, doing well, and then finish the year with a win against Portsmouth, because that'll be a statement once again, beating Portsmouth,
be massive,
going
yeah.
into January, and then we'll see what happens for the rest of the season. But I think, yeah, some people think I'm being too positive, but you've got to be, because everything is going well at the moment. Hopefully, we've got injuries, of course. That's going to come into play in these games, but I think we're strong enough to continue, and just hopefully there won't be any more injuries. But Heathy, any other business do you want to mention? Just a big
No,
month ahead.
not really. Just to point out, obviously, when you declared the season was dead, you ended up being correct, despite Sam Morsey saying he's going to prove you wrong. I think you've already guaranteed that Town are going up, haven't you? Or top
Yeah.
6? Have you already said top 6? I can't remember. That was Stu, wasn't it? Guaranteeing top
Yeah.
6. Have you guaranteed top 2? I lose track of
Yeah,
these.
top 2. Yeah, top 2 has to be done. I don't want the playoffs, to be honest. So just second title, why not? But yeah, just it needs to be this season, because another season in League One, I don't think many people can take it. But yeah, we'll see.
I think that sums it up perfectly, though, Ross. From this time last year, you were saying the season's dead. This season, in just a year later, you're saying top 2 champions are basically guaranteed. So there we go. Just in summing up, I would just like to apologise one more time for my snoring dog. I'm afraid he's a bulldog, and that's what they do. It's in no way, hopefully, a reflection of how much you viewers would have enjoyed the video. But either way, I think, Ross, we can agree it's going to be a good December for Town.
It will indeed, and of course it will be the anniversary of McKenna being appointed. 1 year on, so hopefully you can have a good month, and hopefully everyone has enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments down below your predictions, your thoughts. 15 points up for grabs. Let us know how many you reckon Town will get. Bye for now.